Well, he's been co-captain before, he's captained on his own, and he captains today in the absence of a British and Irish Lion. Jack Morgan not available. Out they come then here at the Principality Stadium as Dewi Lake leads out Wales. Japan emerge as well after defeat to Ireland last week. Wales lost to Argentina, two sides hoping to taste victory here. And of course Wales know what's coming over the hill. The All Blacks, having lost to England today, are coming here to Cardiff next weekend. Wales will be wearing their white jerseys today, the new white kit. And Japan wearing blue, the visitors from the Far East who drew 1-1 with a Wales side led by Matt Sherratt in the summer. This place, well, we can see plenty of seats still available, but nonetheless it's a pretty packed house here in the centre of Cardiff for Autumn International number 2. And with 5 minutes to go until kick-off here on the BBC Sport website and Radio Wales medium wave, it's time before the action for the anthems, and starting with the visitors, Eddie Jones's Japan. Well, you could see the passion and the desire and the determination splashed across Dewi Lake's face as he belted out that anthem. They need a win for World Cup ranking points. They need a win because it's been more than 2 years without one here at the Principality Stadium in Cardiff. Too long, far too long for such a proud rugby country. Wales against Japan then, one part of Super Saturday here on BBC Radio Wales. Still no goals in the football. We'll keep you on top of that with Mark Poyser. Liechtenstein 0, Wales 0. It's on FM, the DAB, digital television and BBC Sounds if you want to listen to that. But here on the BBC Sport website and Sounds as well, it is time for the rugby. Time to focus on Wales against Japan with your commentary team, the former Wales internationals James Hook and Gareth Delve, and our commentator Gareth Rees-Howe.
Good evening. It's a match loaded with jeopardy. 1 win in 20. A new head coach in Steve Tandy. And a stadium that's waited 2 years for a reason to celebrate. They beat Japan in Kobe to end the losing run. But then, of course, a week earlier, Wales lost to Japan in Kutakyushu. And Japan arrive here in Cardiff knowing they can push Wales all the way. New Zealand, South Africa, England and France to come next. This is a game Wales must win. Wales in their chain strip, white, dark shorts, dark socks, and Japan in unusual colours as well. Black and blue, hoops, not too similar to the colours of Cardiff. They will be coming from right to left. Wales from left to right. Our referee is Matthew Carley, and this is a huge, huge moment for the nation. It's as close as can be to a sellout, which was not always the case for the match against Japan, but that's an indicator of the importance of this game. Wales
ready,
looking to change the narrative. Wales looking to secure a second spot in the tier of World Cup qualification. They win, they are 12th in the world, they lose, and it could be with the likes of Spain,
knock on by blue,
and Portugal that the Welsh compete in the competition. Wales possession in their own half. Ben Thomas, hospital pass to Blair Murray, and Wales have lost 15 metres into their own half. Ollie Cracknell with his first carry.
Release!
Former Osprey.
Use it!
Goes into a collision. He's stopped, and Thomas Williams shapes the kick 80 metres from his far touchline.
Advantage over.
In his own half. Ball hanging high, and it waits.
Play on.
It's knocked on. Back to Thomas Williams. Poor kick by him. Even worse kick by Riley. And Wales have possession on the far side. They kick it away. It's cleared by Yazaki. Doesn't find touches. Dan Edwards. Blair Murray in space on halfway. Spots a 50-22. Crossfield kick. The bounce sits up by Yazaki. But he's got no angle to play with. He clears it over the touchline and is barely out of his own 22. We have played 1 minute 25 seconds. Steve Tandy would be pleased with that opening.
For you.
Good afternoon, James. Sir.
Yeah, afternoon, Guy. Yeah, a couple of good early kicks from Wales there. Thomas Williams, the first one, allowed Josh Adams to get up and tap the ball back down. And Blair Murray, nearly a 50-22, but good attacking position here for Wales.
Free kick. Let's hear for the
dummy throw.
Dummy throw. The call by Matt Carley.
Play.
Saito takes it quickly. Big carry in midfield by Makisi. Makisi to leave this fly half. A good kick by him. Finds green space. Wales in their own 22. Lewis Rees-Zammit. Ball in hand. Dummies goes himself. Outside. Then goes for the kick. Out the 22. Osada in his own half. Yazaki lifts it up high himself. It's a great kick by him. Good chase. Nudged by Thomas Williams. Ball bounces and Blair Murray has to cover. And offside call against Uluiviti.
No retreat out of the 10.
And everything going in the favour of Wales.
You must retreat outside of 10 metres.
Our second voice.
You must retreat outside of 10 metres.
There's a man who will know the Japanese mindset as good as anybody in Welsh rugby. You played how many years in Japan?
Yeah, 2 years out in Japan.
Gareth Delve.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting challenge today. We saw from that first throw from Dowie Lake, just a little bit of nerves. They say this line out, very well coached Japan by Victor Matfield, probably one of the best ball pinchers in world rugby history. And Dowie really needs to be able to set a good platform for this Welsh forward pack. Better this time.
Good possession. To the tail they go to Alex Mann, who's lifted. Wales 10 metres near touchline, 35 metres from the try line. Heave the call from the stadium. Thomas Williams places the ball in the maul. Ben Thomas, first receiver. He gives it to Dan Thomas. Thomas whips it out to Blair Murray, one-on-one, drifts a little bit, then finds Josh Adams. Adams over the gain line on the far touchline. They've stretched the Japan defence. Japan up quickly into the face of Dewi Lake. They were offside though. Free play here. Thomas Williams, Dan Edwards, flat pass. Nicky Smith, who was almost intercepted. The referee goes back, and it's a penalty for Wales, straight in front of the sticks. This will be an indicator, James Hook, with this decision, what the mindset is of this Wales team.
I think you've got to take the 3 points. It's a simple kick for Dan Edwards. But you're talking 20, 25, 30 metres out, bang in front. But I've been impressed. A couple of nice kicks from Wales. Talk about the fizz of Dan Edwards' pass before the game, and a couple of times now he's fizzed that ball off his right, off his left hand. Great pass to Blair Murray. As I say, that he's going for the corner guy. Typical.
And he's right in the centre, so it's a tough kick for him. And as a result, yes, he gets safety, but he's, 12 metres out as opposed to 5? And that, Gareth Earp can also often make all the difference when it comes to getting those 5 points.
It's a really interesting call, and I agree with James Hook there. This is a must-win game. As Hooky says, get points on the board. I think brave of Wales, and probably shows a little bit of the mindset going into this game, but need to execute now.
5th minute. Wales, first real chance. Back from the peel is Dewi Lake. In midfield is Wainwright. Bursts through. Good tackle, Lees. 5 metres short. Back to the forwards. Cracknell with a carry. Good leg drive by him. He's still going. Underneath the shadows of the post. Cracknell stopped a metre out. Pick and go by the forwards. This is the closest Wales have got. 5 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock. Thomas Williams. Good defence, and Lake sort of is bundled and pushed off his feet. Nicky Smith to the carry and the drive. He's short. Half a metre. Wainwright got things going with this attack. Wales looking confident. They go out wide. Dan Edwards caught in 2 minds. Dummies beats 1, beats 2, and scores again against Japan. The game winner in the summer. This is the game starter for Wales, and it's Dan Edwards. He seemed to be running down a dark alley, and somehow he found his way out. First try Wales.
That's a really good try from Wales, but they backed themselves to go up the corner. They drived really well against Japan in the summer. It's a great carry from Wainwright, and the next ball carrier was Cracknell, and Dan Edwards looked to be going behind the gain line. He slipped out of 1-2 tackles and ends up underneath the post. Just to start, Wales wanted 6 minutes into this game.
So brave and just deserved, but the irony being, if Japan had competed at that line, it would be no straight. The fact that it was play on, no compete, but superb by Dan Edwards to finish that off.
Dan Edwards 7, Wales 7, Japan 0. Welcome to BBC Radio Wales' coverage of Wales against Japan. 7-0 to Wales earlier. England defeated the All Blacks. It's a huge day of sport.
Thank you. Good buzz.
0-0 between Wales and Liechtenstein in World Cup qualification.
Put the ball down.
Penalty.
Put the ball down. Obstruction.
From the restart, obstruction, and a real coach killer, because Japan have a penalty and they're 24 metres from the Wales try line.
Possibly a little bit harsh. Yeah, just not subtle enough. The pod in front of Aaron Wainwright trying to just give him a little bit of a safer catch. Matt Carley obviously hot on that, the no taxiing rule in the kick chase these days, but I thought possibly a little bit harsh.
Keep moving. On the assistant. Thank you.
A minute later, Wales are defending, having scored with Dan Edwards. Great take. Derns, the skipper, peels off the back. A couple of Wales defenders are waiting for him. David Jenkins has held it up. Pick and go by the forwards now for Japan. This is their first strike.
No, 5, get out!
High profile player Saito, the scrum half, and he finds big carry from Shimokawa. And now to the backs. Wales looking pretty resolute defensively. Lee still recycled quickly. It's snappy ball from Japan. Good carry from Makisi. Ball, pinballs out from the rack. Lack of control by Japan, turned over. Thomas Williams
Use it.
just calms things down a little bit. You had a sense that some of Welsh players wanted a counter-attack, and Williams says, no, let's
Use
reset
it.
and clear our lines. But he'll go through a couple of phases first. Wales are 5 metres from their own try line. 7 minutes
Use
played,
it.
7-0 to Wales. Dan Edwards try. And now Thomas Williams shapes the kick. Turns, looking to charge it down. Doesn't get a fingertip to it. Good clearance by Thomas Williams. Japan line out just in front of the opposition 10-yard line.
Yeah, it's an excellent clearance from Thomas Williams. Saw a couple of those last week against Argentina. But I think Wales, we know Japan want to play fast, but I think if they can contain Japan in those first 3-4 phases and slow their ball down, they can have turnovers like they just had.
Here they go again, Japan. Makisi charges straight into Ben Thomas, who holds him up well. They want quick ball, don't they? They want to get out to this man, Osada on the wing. Spills it, knocks it on to Blair Murray. The mixed game last weekend against Argentina. Little tip pass in midfield to Nicky Smith.
No. Use it.
Archie Griffin. Props carrying for Wales.
Okay, good contest, not now.
Charlie Lawrence looking to disrupt things at ruck time. 10th minute of the game. 7-0 Wales. Up and under Thomas Williams. Yazaki waits. Ball bounces once into the hands of Lee, who's absolutely munched by Alex Mann.
Taken in.
Yazaki clears. Good kick by him. And Dan Edwards sluggishly scrambles across. Told by Blair Murray to stick it in the air. Comes off the outside of his foot. This could go anywhere. And it's into the hands of the big lock. Good carry by Uluiviti. Recycle ball, Masaki. Lawrence. Breaks Archie Griffin's tackle. Up to the 22. Japan down by 7. Big kick back to midfield. Play on according to the referee. TMO will have a check at it. Adam Beard with the tackle. So Ollie Cracknell with the tackle in midfield.
Ruck formed.
Lee carries it to the gain line. Riley nudges it through. Chase Yazaki. Blair Murray is across, and Murray has no option but to just shepherd it across, and the ball goes over the touchline. And Japan, when they have tempo, they look sharp. They're taking it quickly as well. Wales are napping. Could be on. Crossfield kick. Masaki's all alone and he knocks it on. It was a tough gather for him. And Makisi. And the try line was sat there waiting for him. It's a great crossfield kick, and Makisi knocks it on.
Do you know what? I don't think he needed to kick it. As you said, Wales were napping. Didn't expect Japan to put the quick throw in there. He went for the crossfield kick. He was on for the crossfield kick, but I think he just keep it in hand. They score that if he keeps it in hand.
Scrum knock on into touch.
See the pictures of Eddie Jones. He knows it's a chance gone begging.
Yeah, the one thing's for sure though, the crowd are going to get their fair share of entertainment today. You know, I think Japan not going to tell you.
Do you know what? Ball in field play, like we've barely heard your voices, both of you, because it's just been me, and when I know when it's just me, the ball's still in play. So
that's normal, Danny.
No, but truthfully,
yeah, no, you're right.
This is going to burn the legs.
It's an entertaining game. You know, the crowd on their feet. They've enjoyed this opening 11 minutes.
Well, we haven't mentioned Lewis Rees-Zammit, who says he's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger. Doesn't always equate to incredible aerobic capacity, especially if you've been 2 years in NFL, and he's already doing a lot of shuttle runs up and down that touchline.
Use it!
Ollie Cracknell, second cap, first start for Wales. Picks and goes, and good tackle by Saito, the scrum half, who then just lies on the ball and slows possession for Wales.
Move before we jackal. Use it!
Thomas Williams to clear. Charged on by Derns.
All touched.
He was shipping last time, but that's the ball now into the danger man. And boy, is he dangerous. Osada up to the 22. Quick ball again. Lee. Good tackle in midfield by Ollie Cracknell. Penalty Wales as well, because Alex Mann got straight on the ball.
Yeah, that was Lydia-esque, wasn't it? Crackers got off the line. He's had a really good start to this game, really strong in the ball carry, but shown his sort of defensive prowess and great line speed. Chopped him straight to the feet of Alex Mann, and that's a very good turnover.
Ollie Cracknell, 31, winning his first cap last weekend, was with him in the week. Few things strike you.
Adam?
How proud he was of achieving his dream finally, having been in the squad in 2017. And it goes without saying, he is a very large gentleman. And by large, I mean dense. James Hook.
Yeah, he is. And just watching the replay of that hit, it's a great hit. Just allowed Alex Mann to get straight over the ball. And we said before the game, they need to slow Japan down.
Dan Edwards to Ben Thomas. They just went short to Archie Griffin, who offloaded it to Thomas Williams. Williams, one phase, goes up into the air for the competition. Lewis Reed Samet wins that battle and taps it back.
Play on.
But it's into hands of Tamefusa. Watch Japan now. They're in their own half. Saito dropped it. Cornelson has possession. Now,
Use the ball.
Now this time, Saito will look to clear as well himself. And Beard looking to charge it down. Osada competing against Lewis Risamed, knocked down by David Jenkins. Ball into the hands of Riley. Riley gets it away, and Japan on the first real attack now with Sato. Wales up 7-0. Warner Durns with a carry. Offside against Wales. We played 14 minutes here, and Japan really testing Wales. They have an overlap on the far side, and it goes to the tiny diminutive winger. Ishida scores, and finally Japan get the reward, because they've been pushing for 10 whole minutes after Wales scored early through Dan Edwards, and it's Kipe Ishida's try. That means that Japan are back to within 2 points. 14 minutes played, Wales 7, Japan 5.
Now they want to keep the intensity of this game, Japan. It was from a loose kick. They picked up the scraps, as we saw last week against Argentina, and I think Wales was just too slow to get back and make the tackles, and then Japan are not afraid to move the ball wide. It's great hands, 2-3 passes, great try in the corner. You can't say Wales didn't expect Japan to bring this intensity, Delvey.
Yeah, absolutely agree, mate. I think, Gareth mentioned in the commentary about Wales playing with control. Is almost trying to play, Japan's style of rugby, losing that loose ball there off a good initial chase by Risamet. But again, the aerial issues from last week sort of surfacing again, giving Japan great field position.
Conversion by Lee is successful. All square, 7-all. Well, Steve Tandy and Matt Sherratt have spoken about wanting to create a new identity for Wales. I one suspect that given the armoury at their disposal, it's about playing at higher tempo. It's about using the skill set that Welsh players are born with. Whether or not that's the sensible tact here against this team maybe remains to be seen. Blair Murray, all the time in the world, to Dan Edwards in his own half. There's Max Llewellyn outside him. Edwards runs into 3 Japanese defenders. Wales have an overlap here. Dewi Lake senses it. No one needs straightening at the minute. Aaron Wainwright spills it, knocks it on, and it's all quite pedestrian there. And Japan look to take the line out quickly. They'll come back for the scrum.
Japan.
Just needed someone to punch up there, Gareth.
Yeah, there are opportunities for Wales, getting into those 15-metre channels. Japan, they showed last week against Ireland as well. They defend very, very narrow and tend to put pressure on the ball, but just need Aaron Wainwright to really punch a hole, straighten the attack there.
Perfect.
It's probably needed a tackle a little bit more intent there. As you say, Gary, they were pedestrian. They created the space, so there's definitely space out there in those edges.
Try scorer Kipe Ishida compared to Cheslin Colby by Eddie Jones. It's fair to say that Cheslin Colby would look like John Olumu next to him. Ishida he's so small, isn't he, on the right wing?
He is. I was talking to Declan Danaher, coached him at Japan Sevens. He said he's absolutely fearless. Here he goes,
Ishida on halfway line. We know how quick he is, back in his speed. 3 defenders scramble and get him down. You can see Josh Adams and Llewellyn slightly nervous there. Good hands, Durns almost got the ball away. Japan, what quick offloading ball by them. Recycled to Riley so quickly. They're over the gain line. Wales stretched defensively. Good patterns by Japan. Ball goes to the floor, and it's dropped by the open side and picked back up by Shimokawa. Japan again playing at speed with momentum. Snappy, sharp. Durns with a carry.
Tackle.
Wales need a jackal here, or just get ball back, but it's moved so quickly by them. Lawrence in midfield. Wales are not committing to the breakdown. Japan are recycling ball so quickly, James.
The Ruxby's incredible. Like you say, Gary, they need to get someone over the ball. A good chop tackle, slow their line speed down.
Lee. Big carry by Tamefusa. He turns it over. Lee again. There's a loose set. Kobayashi.
No, Nicky.
Nicky Smith told to keep away from it. Well, he beats you with the carry. Now Wales are trying to dig for the ball. They go down the short side. An elaborate pass attempt by Shimokawa. Goes to nothing. And that play comes to an end. Taken quickly by Wales. Lewis Rees-Zamm with a kick. Now he gives it some gas. He's chasing. And he's beaten
50-22
by Yazaki, who finds Blair Murray. Now he's in space. Murray with his left.
Retreat.
Kicks it over Sada's head.
Lee, thank you.
This game is breathless. We played 19 minutes, it's 7-all. Thoughts, gentlemen?
It's tiring enough watching this, Gar, and I just think this only suits one team in my eyes. You know, Japan, Eddie Jones will have them up 5 o'clock doing contact sessions, running the legs off them. Wales need to find control when they can. That was a really good kick by Blair Murray. They need to find a bit of control, get to set piece at different times and build a platform.
There'll be your rugby nerds who will be sat in the living room in the car deciding this is going to be the third of maybe 5 international games as the lineup's not straight. 5 international games they're going to watch today, and they'll be thoroughly entertained because this is a perfect game for a neutral. The 70-odd thousand here, James.
Wales, you need your receivers.
Yeah, I think they'd be a little bit worried the way Japan have played in the last sort of 10 minutes. The ruck speed is incredible. There's no way Wales can get in and try and slow that ball down at the moment.
7-all. Quarter of the game. Dewi Lake pauses, hesitates, and then looks for David Jenkins, but it's stolen. Everything going the way of the visitors. They go from right to left.
Make a good choice.
I will try and give you the teams in a second, but we haven't had an opportunity. We haven't had a break of 30 seconds
difference
yet.
what your 9's doing.
Saito to loose from half. Into the air. Lewis Rees-Zamm jumps.
Backwards off blue, play on.
Beaten in the air by Osada.
Now, Japan.
But it's back towards Wales. Dan Edwards. Wales looking to attack from their own 22, but they've lost, what, 10 metres there?
Good choice, 7.
Yeah, he's going to have to kick now.
Hold.
The Japanese backfield is set, so instead they go to test Ishida.
Backwards, play on.
Ball comes back from a Wales hand into Saito. Oh, little dummy and a break by Yazaki, straight through. Yazaki has Blair Murray to beat, beats Blair Murray. Great tackle, Dan Edwards. Turns, offloading, brilliance from Japan. Quick ball from Japan as well. And Nicky Smith and Alex Mann desperate to slow it down. Kept alive by Misaka. Wales again under pressure. 21 minutes played, 7-all. Turnover though, in their own 22. That's Archie Griffin with a great work. This game is relentless. There's no stop. It's constant ball in play, and Wales, who've got an early score from Dan Edwards, have been defending for most of it. Ishida for Japan, both conversions successful. 21 minutes played, 7-all.
We'll come back for the knock-on. It's taking way too long. That's over 5 seconds because you're adding players. Thomas, that's a warning.
The referee indicating, James, that Wales are trying to slow the game down.
But we can't blame them. We can't blame them. But again, it's Yazaki was watching the replays. A lovely step for his left foot. Just goes on the inside of Wainwright. And watch it. We were watching the tackle from Dan Edwards. Lovely chop tackle. Had to be made. Brought him down, and eventually Wales managed to turn the ball over. But Japan, the pressure they're putting on Wales is relentless at the moment.
And Yazaki, he's still a university student. He's at Worcester University. I think he just highlights the level of detail Eddie Jones goes into. He knows the best players available to him, whatever level they're playing at. He's had a fantastic start.
Playing university, what standard would that be, Gareth?
The university level, it's very good. They'll sometimes play against top league teams, but the fact that he's not at Toshiba or Suntory, he wouldn't be at one of the big company teams.
It'd be like a Cardiff Met level.
It'd be a Cardiff Met, yeah. That'd be Eddie Jones trawling, the university Superbox to find, the best back three around.
He looks sharp,
All is
doesn't
live.
He does.
Still live.
As is the rest of the Japanese backline.
Well, they've got two naturalised players in midfield, Riley and Lawrence. You can see that they're a little bit more of a steady influence, aren't they? And then Osada, Izaki and Ishida are all electric, and Ishida now is in midfield here, just lurking with a skull cap on his head. More direct is Lawrence. They go against the grain to Derns. Knock on, turnover. Scrum. Right, let's do the teams then, shall we? 23 minutes, 7-all. Wales, Blair Murray full-back, Rhys Samet and Josh Adams on the wing. Max Llewellyn, Ben Thomas in the field. Dan Edwards and Thomas Williams. Nicky Smith and Archie Griffin. Change in the front row alongside Dewi Lake. David Jenkins, Adam Beard. No Jack Morgan, of course. Alex Mann now plays at 7. Alan Wainwright moves to 6. And Ollie Cracknell, his first test start at 8. As for Japan, you'd have heard most of these players mentioned already. Yasaki at fullback, Ishida and Osada on the wings. Dylan Riley, South African, in midfield alongside a Kiwi and Charlie Lawrence. Sungshin Lee at fly half, south of Toulouse at 9. Kobayashi, Sato, Tamefusa front row. Oliviti and Derns a skipper. And then Cornelson, Makisi and Shimokawa. Wales in their own half. Drift into Lewis Rhys Samet. He bumps out of a tackle and rolls out of another. Wales on halfway. Offered very little so far. Cracknell with a carry. Huge hit off the ball.
Just a penalty?
And Alex Mann, if they said Alex Mann,
Yes, Alex Mann.
real trouble.
Stay down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Louis Viti just came in like an extra set then. I think he actually got the wrong man.
It's quite a big collision.
Just kept going out the back and absolutely destroyed Alex Mann
Time's
ribs.
off.
And Alex Mann is just, he's done one of those things that so many rugby players do. He's got to, just to prove that he's okay, and almost prove that he's not by doing it. Oliviti comes in, cheapers.
Yeah. Ollie Cracknell.
So just to describe, Oliviti comes in with a huge shoulder charge to hit Cracknell, completely misses him, and as a consequence hits Alex Mann. And I'm not quite sure the law on that one, really.
Well, if he'd have hit Cracknell then, that'd have been an illegal tackle.
I'm not sure he goes through, but
That's just the referee.
definitely a penalty.
So it's a mistaken hit. He hits the wrong guy, as you spotted, Gardel. So the ball is with Cracknell. Oliviti comes and just smashes Mann off the ball. And I would argue, with no hands, he has to have some responsibility for other people, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's travelling in. It looks like he's dropped his head. He's got no idea where he's going as he approaches the tackle zone. And
can we have a look at the wide view
it looks
in real
reckless.
speed? So the main camera in real speed,
Jim?
please.
Yeah, he's just completely missed Cracknell, but he is trying to slow down, I think, by the time he gets to Alex Mann. But he's not in control, but it'll definitely be a penalty. Could well be a yellow card.
He's got a duty of care for that player.
And it's not as though the guy had the ball in passing, he never had the ball. He's just been smoked.
Number 4.
Yes, number 4.
Number 4.
It's a huge
Okay, we
hit
have
to
a
Alex
decision.
Mann. It was an innocent bystander.
You have a duty of care. The player never has the ball. You hit him off the ball. Yellow card, off-field review. Number 4. This way.
Oliviti takes his punishment and then just gives a signal to Alex Mann, basically saying sorry. It's an unusual collision. We don't often see it. Sometimes we have to take for the law book, but often anyone who's played the game would agree that you cannot be given hit like that off the ball, can you, Gareth?
no, absolutely, it's reckless. You know, Alex Mann not expecting it. You can get issues. So whiplash, ribs exposed. You know, you almost. Oliviti's physicality and intent was huge there. But there's got to be more control. It looked like he dropped his head about 5 metres away and went in like a bull.
Oh, hello, Principality Stadium.
7.
Good position for Wales here now.
The stadium has been quiet.
7.
Wales, Rev is it to the 22. Ben Thomas with a carry. Goes straight and direct. Ollie Cracknell offers support. The forwards have all stayed in the right pod. Darren Wainwright came charging like a bull, forgot the ball, and he got crunched and munched as well, so it's been knocked on.
Knock-on advantage.
Yeah, a bit more of a legal hit then by Makisi, but
Use it.
equally effective.
You can hear the slap from here. Saito just gets it off the field. Blair Murray takes it. And he's 37 metres out. So this time, it's Wainwright coming in. He is lined up on
Careful not
Makisi.
too far across.
And that is a
okay,
sweet hit, Gareth
those on the
Dell.
limit, but we
Yeah,
can-
that's an excellent hit. I think Japan will know they'll want to get Cracknell, they'll want to get Wainwright. Max Llewellyn on the ball, so he's lined him up. It's a great shot.
Off the top ball for Wales. On halfway, Thomas to Ollie Cracknell with the carry. We barely mentioned Max Llewellyn yet. Nicky Smith charges up the guts over the opposition 10-yard line. Dummy runners Cracknell. Here's Max Llewellyn. Intercepted by Lee. He's got a wrong way to go. He's not got the gas, and Blair Murray will hunt him down. But Japan will want quick ball. They get quick ball. They're going to overlap, and they go to the right-hand side. Japan down to 14, remember.
Advantage.
Offside against Wales. Any transition ball,
Penalty advantage.
visitors are delighted to go. Saito knows there's a penalty advantage coming.
Tackling, not rolling.
Lee, Wales shipping penalties. Wales looking so uneasy without possession. And it's the old cliche now in rugby these days, almost sometimes easier without the
Six,
ball. It's
not
the
rolling.
opposite here,
Then a counter ruck.
isn't it, Gareth?
then
It's the
tackling
speed
the
of
line
ruck, and
beforehand.
that's where you tip your hat to
Right
Eddie
about
Jones.
same
He's got an
position.
identity. I've never seen a 9 and 10 hit so many rucks as the Japanese lads do. Absolutely no worry about numbers on backs. They just want speed of ball, speed of ball. The Wales are doing well at the moment not to run out of defenders.
And what you often see, because the ball is so quick, and maybe you could correct me, you have no idea who's getting the back line. So more often than not, there's just locks and centres, locks and props just stood in the back line.
Yeah, 100%, Gan. I think the Japanese players, like Delvey just said, regardless of the number on their back, they're all comfortable with ball in hand. They're all comfortable moving the ball to the width, and it's just an intercept from Max Llewellyn there. Wales are playing really, really wide passes in attack, and it's just read really well by Lee. The Japanese 10, a chance to go for 3 points here.
Sung Jin Lee with an opportunity to put Japan ahead. He just pushed it wide. So 28 on the clock, 7-all.
Good. Thank you for giving us a space.
Make
We'll
no
respect the process.
mistake
Okay,
about
we'll
it, this
keep
is a
that going.
very entertaining game. It's a lot of fun to watch, and that's mostly down to the visitors. Would it also be fair to say, James, if this was a South Africa or Ireland, they say this no more nonsense, no this nonsense. Let's just slow everything down.
Well, yeah, I think that both teams are entering into the spirit, but at some point, some team has got to grab control of this game.
Izaki goes to the air. Blair Murray commands the air, takes the ball in his own half, places it back. Dewi Lake, Dan Edwards
Let him go.
claims that he was hit high. But Makisi,
Have a look. Missed.
Timo will look. Wales carving up an opportunity out wide. Lewis Rhys-Samet, Max Llewellyn, Josh Adams. Ball just a little bit laboured.
Onside.
There's an injury for Dan Edwards, I think. Dewi Lake carries and plays for the time being.
Ball is
Places the
out.
ball back. Thomas Williams to David Jenkins.
Enough.
Dan Edwards is back on his feet. Nicky Smith carrying. Wales just making numbers and breaking tackles here, and Japan looking soft in midfield. Max Llewellyn over halfway to Alex Mann. 7-all,
In the half.
50-22,
Not
not on, and Thomas Williams just punts it over the far touchline and pins Japan back to just outside their own 22.
Yeah, I think it's exactly what was needed there from Thomas Williams off his weaker foot. Ball slowed down a little bit in midfield, picked his head up. Great kick off his weaker foot.
It was better from Wales there, though. The forwards winning collisions,
How many?
tipping that extra pass so Japan couldn't line up two in the tackle. And it was around this point last week against Ireland, Japan started to fall off a few tackles. Those collisions
Got an
are
injury.
so important for Wales to get that go forward.
Just one of you keep an eye on Lewis Rhys-Samet for me. It just seems a little bit off the pace at the minute.
He's probably become so fast twitch, like he says, he's so much more powerful, he's so much quicker, but it's the lack of fitness that you have in NFL. It's 5-10 seconds, and probably can't think of a worse team in world rugby to be playing if you're going to need a breather.
Timo.
Good head contact on Dan Edwards.
By Blue 8.
Well, a few minutes ago we saw Makisi put a huge shot in, and then Dan Edwards did complain about it immediately when it happened, didn't he?
I wonder whether the
I think he said an OMG.
The tackle player was on his knees. He was definitely falling from what I saw live. But
So Timo
We'll have a
has
look.
been brought in. Andrew Jackson. It's Makisi and Dan Edwards. Makisi's completely up front, and he hits Jan Edwards flush on the chin.
But he's definitely rapping, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Japan, who are down to 14, I think we'll be down to 14 as well again here.
Jacko.
What do we think?
Yes.
Well, I think the referee's saying he's rapping, but it doesn't look like he's rapping there with his right arm.
Because he's upright, but we do believe we have a legal rapping technique.
Yeah,
so we're
agree
going to
with
send
that.
it with a yellow card for an off-field review.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. Right, we have a decision.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd almost say compared to the
Number 8.
Ulaviti, there's not
you
the
are
high level of
upright.
danger because there's not the
you
impact
do
into
make
the
head
tackle.
Contact, so it's a yellow
certainly
card
stood
and an
upright.
off-field review.
Once again, a Japanese player looks to his opposite number
We'll go back for the penalty.
or his opponent
We'll go back for the penalty.
and
That's what
offers an
Japan's
apology.
brothers will do. Yeah.
But for Lua Makisi, the Tongan-born number 8 is off, and Japan are down to 13. This is the call now. 5 minutes against 13.
Yeah,
you have to play Japanese style now, do you?
That's it, you've got to take advantage.
Let's play then, time on.
It'll be interesting to see whether Japan go against their mantra and try and slow this game down now for the next 5 minutes, because they certainly haven't in the first half an hour, have they?
Some claret all over the white shirt of Dan Edwards. By my watch, we have 4 minutes against 13 for Wales. It's all square at the Principality Stadium.
Hold, that'll do.
30 on the clock.
15.
To the back, Wales go. For the driving maul. Japan only have what? 5 men in that driving maul?
One stop.
So Wales could keep going through Dewi Lake, but it's disintegrating a little bit. This is a sensible ploy by Wales because they're just slowly going up the field up to the 22.
Right, use it.
And Dewi Lake peels away and charges, gets Alex Mann for support. Japan down to 13 men. Archie Griffith with the carry and the fumble as a knock on. Japan, surely they're not going to go with 13 players. They do, they'll nudge through. Osada gives chase. And Lewis Rees-Zammit slid across and then flipped him to the ground. He was going for the ball.
Not sure who the ball came off.
And Osada's not too happy. There was a potentially dangerous collision there. I think everyone's okay.
Yeah, I think he's given a penalty, yeah. Zammit did come across like Roy Keane, didn't he?
Just the penalty, Jacko.
And Andrew Jackson will have to look off field. So Lewis Rees-Zammit comes across.
He is looking to play the ball.
He went for the ball, missed it, and then slid across.
Japan, let's play.
And takes him out completely. And if it was a clear error and a mistake. There was nothing deliberate there.
The penalty's right decision.
Yeah. It was a slippery, greasy surface that led to Lewis Rees-Zammit just taking his man up into the air.
We have a decision from the bunker on the first yellow card. It will remain a yellow card because not a high degree of danger because there is no head contact.
Warner Durns, Japan's captain, agrees with the referee. Meanwhile, there's only 5 forwards in the field for Japan. And they've got a line out on Wales at 22, and Wales don't compete.
So very good movement there by Warner Durns. He's superb component there.
Once!
He's a very good player, is Durns.
Use it!
Japan have very little to go with here. If Wales ship a try against 13 men, it would be very worrying. So Japan have a bunch of players clustered outside Wales at 22. One would suggest the best hope is hoping for a penalty.
Yeah, they're playing the right way though, Japan, hitting one hit up the middle and coming back down the short side, going to the higher numbers. There's no numbers on the outside. Just feel they'll play like this now for the next few minutes until they get that extra man back on.
Ishida right on the far touch and is screaming for the ball. I think he's got no hope of getting it for the time being. 33 in the Principality. Wales 7, Japan 7. Adam Beard almost stepped offside, then controlled himself. Saito. This is a very good control play for Japan. Now it's been turned over. Lewis Rees-Zammit, the man we want to see in space. And Rees-Zammit is away from 70 metres. He has support. Does he need support? He knocks it on. And Thomas Williams will go all the way, knowing deep down that that ball was knocked down by Lewis Rees-Zammit. Electric from him. But the pass should have gone to Thomas Williams.
Yeah, he's calling through on the right hand side, but great to see Zammit in full flight. Just needed to pick his head up and look for Thomas. He's screaming through on the right hand side, and then it's a great tackle, which dislodged the ball.
1 minute.
The crowd came to life there, didn't they?
Do we like to see a winger with no intention of passing or not, gentlemen?
Should have gone for the lateral.
Japan.
Yes.
Let's play.
Time off, please.
No, we're playing. We're playing.
He had no intention of looking for Thomas Williams, did he?
And that's the shame, isn't it? You look at, fantastic break. Dan Edwards last week, gay head up, with Zammit on his shoulder last week. Thomas Williams runs such great support lines. Lewis hopefully gets another, but he's got to be aware of opportunities like that.
Japan some running repair.
Set. Ball is out.
Japan put the short side. Carry.
Use it.
Senghol. Turns.
No, 7.
34 played.
8 on the wrong side. Use it.
Saito up and under to Blair Murray. Picked up by Ollie Crackman. Wales have to try something now. Thomas, Blair Murray, tackled by Warner Dearns. The one thing I would say, surely this half is going to take a lot out of Japan.
Shoulder.
Oh, both teams, I think,
Away
both
5.
teams are trying to move the ball.
Your player landed on top of him. Use it. No, not yet.
35.
6, good choice, thank you.
Wales kick the ball away. They have a 2-man advantage.
Knock on by Wales.
Knock on by Wales.
Knock on
Saito
advantage is over.
just punts it down the field to Dan Edwards. Then Murray
Inside the 22.
Who wants to kick it.
Hold, wait.
And here's Yazaki in his own half. He's going to kick it.
Out
He's
the
gone
10.
for Gary Owen.
3, keep going. Play on.
Gets the ball back into the hands of Dan Edwards. So Alex Mann. He might break one tackle, then he's brought to ground. Dewi Lake. Ben Thomas in his own half. Blair Murray. Murray up to halfway to Lewis Rees-Zammit, misses him. And the ball goes backwards, so Murray's back on his feet. And he dances past 1 and 2 and 3. Places it back. Dan Edwards. Japan still on 13 men. Wales a bit uncertain in midfield. David Jenkins. Alex Mann. Adam Beer. Josh Adams on the left wing. Will kick over the top. Doesn't get the bounce though. And Sung Jin Lee gets possession for Japan inside their own 22.
That's right.
Warner Dearns gets the ball and just sinks to the ground.
All right, enough. You've all gone down enough.
And I'd imagine
Use
Saito
it.
gets this ball off the field, doesn't he? Because he's in his own 22. And he does just that. And surely now, Japan is back to 14. Does it worry you that Wales didn't look?
I think it does a little bit, Guy. I think we lack that penetration. You can see the overlap. We create 15 men, but we don't seem to have that penetration just to beat them
That's okay.
on the edge and take those inside shoulders, as Japan are doing so far in this first half.
6. That's fine. That's fine.
Into the final 2 minutes. Mess of a
Play on.
lineup by Wales. Shambolic.
Not now. You went off your feet. Right, use it.
7-all. 2 minutes left of this half. Disappointing.
Not sure.
half
Play on.
for Wales.
Backwards by Wales.
Ball is alive to Blair
Accidental collision.
Murray, to Max Llewellyn on his own 10-yard line. Back into that man, Lewis Rees-Zammit, stationary. He's not a miracle worker. He's been isolated at the contact. Griffin to David Jenkins. 90 seconds left of this half. Edwards to Ben Thomas. Thomas dummies and goes himself.
No lift. Must lift the ball. Onside.
Wales have scored in Liechtenstein. We'll get the latest at half-time. We only have a minute and a half left in this game. And Josh Adams kicks it out on the full. And that's the end of a rather limp and uninspiring passage of play by Wales, James.
I think Wales need to try and regain a little bit of control. You know, it's just a loose moment there from Josh Adams. There's nothing really on. And the kick was the right option, but just came off the side of his boot. It's given Japan another opportunity now.
It will remain a yellow card because the degree of danger is not high.
So
Staying as a yellow, yeah.
It just seems when Wales go out the back, it just seems very static. There's no pace coming onto the ball. It allows Japan, although they start narrow, just to push out and shut down any threat. You know, they need that ball out the back. There's Ben Thomas connected, back those forwards, just putting a bit of tempo onto it, being a lot more of a threat.
All Blacks next for Wales, then South Africa, then France and England. This is the game they need to win. It's all square though. Charlie Lawrence with the carry. The man from South Africa. Donaldson. Ball placed back. Riley. Both centres go direct, don't they? Very straight running. And then when they get the width, they like to go. Here's Lee. Not the quickest, but he peels outside one defender.
Thank you.
Keeps the ball alive. Wales this time compete, but it's still Japan possession. Great take by Sato, the hooker. You feel there's only one team more likely to score a try in this game, and that's the visitors. It's all square. Clock is about to go red at the end of the first half. Warner Durns with the carry.
Use it.
Lee. Tamafusa. Saito to Lee. 10 yards out. Oh, straight through is Lawrence. Oh, almost found Osada. Turned over. Max Llewellyn with the possession. Ugly kick by him over the touchline. And that will be at half-time.
Hang on.
If the referee decides it's half-time. There's a quick word.
Just clear the injury on 13 blue, and then it's half-time.
So the referee is about to blow up quickly. Thoughts on this first half, James?
Towards the end of this first half, Japan are just slipping far too many tackles for my liking, allowing Japan to get on the front foot. And again, that speed of ball from Japan.
TMO check. Yeah.
What's the TMO check?
See the actions of 11 White with a dangerous entry to the ruck.
There's a Josh Adams, who's already come up and sat at a word with the referee to suggest that he wasn't intentional.
Correct.
So Japan have 14 players on the field. Clock is red. Josh Adams, one suspects, is in trouble. We haven't seen the incident yet. Andrew Jackson taking a while to load up the footage. So it's on the far touchline.
On the far side.
What are we looking for?
He looked like he dropped his shoulder on the Japanese 14. Just watch it again. As he elbows it.
He flies in and hits Ishida with on his elbow.
I think it's Riley on the floor. Dylan Riley's laying that ball back. Japan 13, and that's really clumsy.
So
Josh dropped the elbow, hasn't he?
Whether he's actually trying to make it clean or whether he's just hitting the player who's been tackled who's on the floor.
Dylan Riley's on the floor and Josh Adams flies in with his elbow, hits both men.
I don't see what sort of influence he's going to have on the ruck by doing that anyway. Delvey, I don't know what you think.
Yeah, exactly that. It's a really poor attempt at a counter ruck.
Let's listen to the referee in TMO.
Yellow. Yellow because
this does not look good. So this one player on the floor, the other one is at the ruck with his head on the ruck, and Josh Adams flies in with.
It's not a high.
With
I see the force is high enough. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Okay, so okay. Dangerous clean out. We'll go for the off-field review. Okay, so we have a decision. The clean out is dangerous and it does make contact with the player's head. It's a yellow card and it goes for an off-field review.
Josh Adams, yellow carded, off-field review.
Yeah, okay. Second.
Wales will be down to 14 players, and Japan have an opportunity, although it might be outside of Lee's range, to go for posts. Might as well, one would say, James.
It looks like, he's called for the tee and he's looking at it, but the reaction of the crowd told you that yellow card could have no complaints there. I don't really know what Josh Adams was doing. It was silly, really, wasn't it?
I mean, you go back to when you boys started playing, that looks like the old-fashioned cheap shot, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's it. If Josh didn't have 11 on his back, if he was, it's not what you always expect from your outside back getting involved with something like that. It'd be, it just looked really daft.
Here we go then, final action of the first half. Lee giving it, well Lee, and it's dropped off the post, and it almost lands into the hands of Ishida. And Japan could have scored there. It was knocked on, and that's the final action of a half. That's been all action. But that action has mostly come from the visitors. They were down to 13 players at one point. They still have only 14 players on the field. One try for Dan Edwards after 8 minutes. Ishida with an equalising score. Couple of conversions. 3 yellow cards in total. One will be reviewed shortly for Josh Adams, and Wales must be out on their feet because that's been all action, and it's 7-all.
Yeah, but Japan inches away from having a half-time lead here in Cardiff as they sense a first ever victory in the Welsh capital. Jeopardy was the word we used before the game. The match that Wales need to win to put a smile on people's faces for World Cup ranking points, and quite simply to avoid a possible autumn whitewash with New Zealand and South Africa to come. But they're being held 7-all at the break. More from Gareth Delve and James Hook then shortly. As things stand, Wales dropping to 13th in the world rankings and Japan up to 11th above Georgia. But we're going to give you the latest on the football, of course. Wales's footballers also in action at the same time in their World Cup qualifier in Liechtenstein. It was a laboured looking first half, but they have found the breakthrough in the second. Let's get the latest from Mark Poyser.
Wales lead by 1-0. The breakthrough finally coming just on the hour mark. Dan James playing it across the face of the penalty area. Jordan James lashed it in from a couple of yards out, and then moments later was cautioned for a tackle from behind, and that's his second yellow card. He will be suspended for that match with North Macedonia on Tuesday. Wales leading by 1-0. Nathan Blake, 20 minutes left. Can they get more?
I mean, yeah, they've got the players on the pitch to do so, and the tempo has sped up now. They've got players on the pitch who can open doors, as in Ruben Caldwell. And for the goal, Nico Williams played a lovely little pass for Dan James. So you've got a bit of everything on the pitch at the moment. Pace, power. Players are going to unlock a defence, so let's hope they can get the second and the third.
Final 20 minutes, Liechtenstein 0, Wales 1.
Yeah, not as comfortable as we thought it might be. Commentary continuing on FM and DAB, digital television, BBC Sounds and the BBC Sport website. You can watch it as well, of course, on the TV. And we're also, in a moment, we're going to hear from Dave Hughes, who's left his role as the Newport County manager after just 6 months in charge. The Exiles bottom of League Two after a 1-0 defeat at fellow strugglers Shrewsbury this afternoon. But here in Cardiff, it is Wales 7, Japan 7. At the break then, and Gareth Delve and James Hook scribbling things down on their notebooks in front of them. I mean, when we saw Dan Edwards go over after just 6 minutes, guys, wriggling and weaving his way through a couple of tackles to cross and then convert his own try, you thought then that maybe the floodgates would open for Wales. So just talk us through how they didn't and what Japan have done to get back into it, almost lead at the break.
Yeah, and I think that is an element of what this new Japan team is. Obviously they come unstuck against the Springboks a couple of weeks back, but they rarely been hammered in recent times. And I think Wales are playing into Japan's hands a little bit, that lack of control. The danger being that the control that we're trying to find off line out is offering that opportunity for Warner Durns to get up and actually pinch the ball. So Wales just can't find any respite and find a platform to exert any control.
Yeah, we keep coming back to that control word, don't we? And I think maybe it was used by the coaching staff in the week. We have to control this match, James, and nothing epitomised the lack of control any more than Josh Adams crashing into that ruck with his elbow flaring and the yellow card that he's got now. And even with Wales had the 2 extra players on the pitch at one point, they still couldn't take advantage of that situation.
Yeah, we've got to be careful of entering into the way Japan want to play. And I think, you've seen a couple of nice contestable kicks from Thomas Williams. I feel that's the way we've got to find our way into the game, by kicking loosely. And towards the end of that second half, we slipped off far too many tackles, which allowed Japan on the front foot and allowed them to get that half an inch, because the speed of ball is really quick anyway. I just feel that we started the game really well, got Cracknell on the ball, got Wainwright on the ball. It was a lovely try from Dan Edwards, slipped through a couple of tackles, but since then it's pretty much been all Japan. And even though Japan have conceded 2 yellow cards, 2 clumsy yellow cards, albeit, they still didn't look as if they'd lost 2 players.
No, they have been, they've been inventive, haven't they? And they have been energetic, certainly, as you guys have been saying. Really intense stuff from them. And Wales maybe struggling to live with that at the moment. 7-7 then, second half commentary coming up. Just a reminder that a Wales win, if that happens, guarantees a top 12 world ranking and a more favourable World Cup draw next month. Georgia beat Canada 38-17 earlier, so Wales aren't able to jump above them today. Wales finishing their autumn series against the 2 best sides in the world, New Zealand and South Africa, over the next 2 Saturdays. The Springboks got a 32-14 win over Italy in Juventus's Allianz Stadium earlier, so they go to Ireland next week. And the All Blacks will head to Cardiff, having been beaten 33-19 by England at Twickenham. Their first win over the All Blacks since 2019, and a first at home since 2012. Let's reflect then on what's happened at Newport County today, because we saw a Swansea City manager go earlier in the week. Another Welsh club parting company with their boss. Newport County confirming after their defeat at Shrewsbury that Dave Hughes has left his position. They say following a disappointing start to the season, we've parted company with head coach Dave Hughes and the assistant manager Wayne Hatswell, thanking them for their hard work and commitment during their time at the club. They are bottom of the EFL still after a 1-0 defeat at fellow strugglers Shrewsbury. 4 points from safety, and this is what Dave Hughes told Radio Wales Sport in his post-match interview after the game.
I suppose the reality would be it's going to be somebody else's challenge moving forward. So my time's come to an end, and I can understand why. To be fair, we've not won enough games. I've just spoke to the players in there to wish them all the best. Don't change who you are and what you are, because they're a credit to the club. And let's hope the next manager coming in can give them a bounce.
It was your first experience. I mean, the way that you've described that is very honest of you. It's your first experience in this kind of senior role. How do you reflect on? Is it too soon to even reflect?
No, well, I think you reflect in the moment, don't you? And there'll be more over time that I'll have looked back and thought I didn't realise I'd learned from those moments and those situations. Awareness earlier of expectations that would have definitely have been beneficial, and then ultimately, I can't get my head around the way the players have been at first team level. They've just been, nothing's been a problem, nothing's been a challenge. Like yesterday, we can't start training because there's a B licence session on the training pitch, and then there's another B licence session, and the pitches are waterlogged, and we couldn't get in the gym, and we're trying to make sure we keep that away from the players, and and then they go out and they're terrific, and nothing is a challenge. So what it has done is reinforced that the lads are terrific, and I would be an advocate of the supporters to say, listen, just keep with the players, because they can get you there. Maybe a new manager gets something that I can't, but please stick with the players.
So Dave Hughes has gone then as Newport's manager at less than 6 months in charge. He lost 11 league games, won only 3. You can hear more of that interview on BBC Sounds on the Newport County club feed. But some reaction earlier on from Nathan Blake and Danny Gabardon. This is what they told Radio Wales Sport about Hughes' departure.
Yeah, I think it was the worst kept secret in football, to be honest with you, that Dave was under major pressure, and the fact that he was going to lose his job was nigh. It was, I think everybody knew it. We had the incidents with Mr. Fuchs turning up at games, and then I know I've seen and read certain match reports and what have you, and I just think it was definitely on its way, unless he could do something miraculous and put a set of wins together which sort of got him off the bottom out of trouble. and up to the league. I think we were always going to. This day was always coming. It was unavoidable, really.
Look, I think it was always going to be a difficult kind of first senior role in management for David. He would have probably known that going into the situation as well. I don't think he's probably been given maybe the backing that he thought he would get in terms of maybe the type of player that he's been able to kind of bring in. Obviously, he's had that remit as well in terms of maybe the style of play that maybe the owner wants to see from the team. And I think, you know, David obviously is very similar with that, hence why he was kind of brought in. But look, at the end of the day, results kind of dictate, don't they? So I think he would have known himself the pressure he was under and to kind of get results to stay in the job. And unfortunately, he's not kind of been able to do that. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one now to see where Newport kind of go from here. It really is.
Well, immediately they will be at Oldham next Saturday for their next League Two game. So obviously you can follow developments on the BBC Sport Wales website to see whether a new manager is in place by then. Merthyr Town are out of the FA Trophy. They were beaten 3-2 at home by Hanswell today. While in the Cymru Premier, Penabon beat Bala 2-1 to keep the gap to TNS at 9 points. Third place Carnarvon lost ground though. They were held to a 1-1 draw at home by the bottom side, Llanelli. Haverfordwest, meanwhile, ending a 5-game winless run. They got a 1-0 victory over Colwyn Bay. Let's find out how Wales are doing then in the football. Let's go back to Liechtenstein and Nathan Blake and Mark Poyser.
The lead. Wales still lead by 1-0. 11 minutes to play. The changes are being made as the rain starts to fall in. Vaduz. Liechtenstein actually had half a chance from a corner, free header 6 yards out. It's miles over the crossbar. Wales are comfortable. They're not going to get to the magic 6. So it's all going to be set for North Macedonia on Tuesday. About to enter the final 10 minutes. It's Liechtenstein 0, Wales 1.
Commentary continuing on FM and DAB, digital television, BBC Sounds and BBC Sport Online. Meanwhile, Belgium failing to 100% guarantees top spot earlier on. They were held to a 1-1 draw in Kazakhstan, so that's interesting, isn't it? But Wales at the moment only leading by 1-0, and that game then on Tuesday night, Wales need to beat North Macedonia to finish second, and Belgium face Liechtenstein. We will be on air from the Cardiff City Stadium from 7 o'clock. A really busy time, a busy month, isn't it, for international football and international rugby. We are almost halfway through the autumn rugby series. Defeat to Argentina last Sunday, and halfway through the second game. Well, it's set up intriguingly, awkwardly perhaps for Wales really. It's 7-7 against Japan as the Brave Blossoms come out first for the second half in their blue and black colours. Wales in white, yet to emerge from the tunnel to restart the game, but James Hook and Gareth Dell will be wanting to see Wales exert more control, won't you, in that second half to try and put this game beyond the visitors. But it's quite hard to call. Louis Rees-Zammit, let's just touch on him because we haven't seen an awful lot from him in terms of trying to get forward. He hit the turbo button once, but he was brought down with the tackle. Do you think he has looked a little lacking in sharpness? He's not quite there, is he?
No, I don't think he's quite there. We saw that break you're on about Huntley, and it was a great break. He needed probably to pick his head up and see Thomas Williams on the right hand side of him, but he has a little burst and he probably takes another sort of minute or two to get himself back into the game. He seems probably it is match fitness, and you're only going to get match fit by playing games. So it's his first start for Wales in a good couple of years, but the moments we've seen have been exciting. They got the crowd on their feet, but I think Wales as a team just need to try and contain Japan from a defensive point of view. Like I said, at the end of that first half they were slipping off tackles, allowing Japan that speed of ball. From a defensive point of view, we need to get their line speed and get over the ball and start playing in the right areas.
We've just seen a shot on the monitor of Taulupe Faletau bouncing from side to side to the music. He is here today. What they would give to have him in that Wales pack. The number 8, of course, who's injured at the moment, Gareth Dell, the former Wales number 8. Darkness now descending on the Welsh capital. We can see an exterior shot. Looks lovely in the night time, doesn't it, when you look down on Cardiff from the outside. From a forward's perspective, Gareth, what do you want to see from Wales in the second half as Wales come back out, because it is Japan who really controlled the game, isn't it?
Yeah, they have. That speed of ball to suit Japan. I'd love to see us winning more collisions. I do wonder, will we go to the bench a bit earlier, get Rhys Carré on? Dowie Lake needs to be in the game a bit more. Wales need to be making these carry opportunities really count. You know, winning those collisions and hurting Japan with ball in hand. And I think, you know, getting a big game to go forward there will release the backs, but at the moment, just too static, and it needs to be a lot more physical.
Wales are heading for a win in the football. Liechtenstein 0, Wales 1. Commentary on FM and DAB radio, digital television, sounds and the website. Can they get a win in the rugby? Can they? Big question at the moment. 7-7, Gareth Delve, James Hook and Gareth Rhys-Owen with second half commentary. What are we looking at here, Gareth?
I think we're going to get a review into the Josh Adams incident.
The card will be upgraded to a red card because it's a high degree of danger with no mitigation. 20 minutes.
That's to Josh Adams, yeah? Yeah.
Josh Adams.
Josh Adams been red carded for 20 minutes. We saw that coming, didn't we?
Yeah, a difficult one. You know, he's made a crazy decision to go into there. Quite interesting guard. Obviously, there is a 20-minute red card. So I'm considered it to be foul play as such.
Yes, yeah, not an act of violence of such. So it's not a full red.
It's just silly, isn't it?
Huh?
It's just silly.
Well, it's dirty, isn't it?
Yes, but you know, 20 minutes. How costly is that going to be for Wales now?
Louis Rhys-Owen wins the competition in the air. The ball lands back into
all open play.
Japan's hands, and you know what Japan are going to do. Louis Viti, who's been all action today. Saito, the scrum half. Lee calls for it. Lee gets it, just in Wales's half. Loose pass, forces the fullback Yazaki to go backwards. Riley almost breaks through. Wales suddenly look tired. Lee gets the ball, some nice angles to Lawrence, runs into two defenders, and they're big ones in Jenkins and Cracknell. Japan again recycle with ease. Lee around the corner. Riley looks to be breaking tackles at will. Beautiful angle in midfield. Oliviti. Japan through Riley again. 3 carries, almost knocked it on, went backwards. Oliviti and Makisi carry. Lee. Japan, Kasi gets it away, knocked on.
Forward in the pass.
It was barely forward, but it was forward.
Yeah, we're not far off that. It was definitely a forward pass, but it's good to watch Japan, the way they play. They make so many passes. We talk about the speed of ball, but the amount of passes they make in midfield, and so comfortable, as we said in the first half, regardless of the number they got in their back.
Same as the first
prop
half.
Forwards, back 3, really comfortable passing the ball, putting Wales under so much pressure at the moment.
I see pictures of Josh Adams, who's been given a 20-minute red card for an incident when he flew in, shoulder and elbow, hitting 2 players on the floor.
10 or 9.
And he will not return to the field of play. Okay, just to remind you, it's not a full red, so Wales will have 15 players at roughly the 59-minute mark. Japan have their full complement. Wales will have 14 players for another 17 minutes. Scrum is absolutely rock solid. And it's wheeled, so they'll set again.
You must go forward, not step left first.
Steve Tandy, new Wales head coach. Body language
You've got to go forward on this
tells
side
you the
as well.
pressure of international coaching. And as a comparison, Eddie Jones is on his feet.
I'm going to stay here.
Hands on his hips.
There's no go
Deep
forward
in
on the side
contemplation
there, okay? So let's be
as
really
to how to
careful that we
unpick
go
this
forward,
Wales defence.
Not left first.
Another 16 minutes of scrums will suit Wales.
Yeah. I was going to say, you expect to see this ball stay in the scrum. Wales probably be going for a penalty here. What do you reckon, Delvey?
Yeah, I think even if that resets, they've chewed off 3 minutes of this half already of that 20-minute red card.
They're told to use it. Dan Thomas in his own 22.
Just wait. Thank you. Onside.
Punts it away. Osada, ball in hand. Osada breaking tackles at will. Ben Thomas missed that one, and Osada's made what, 40 metres into Wales' 10-yard line. Japan with the spirit of 2019. Thomas Williams flew up to put pressure on Uluviti. I feel like Uluviti and Makisi are getting more and more influence on this game. Ship pass out to Osada on the far wing. If you're bringing a supporter, a young kid to this game for the first time, for first taste of international rugby, they're probably leaving here as a Japanese supporter, because Wales have no answers at this point in time. But they are only square against Japan, and it's all Japan now. They're just comfortable with ball in hand, Gareth.
Yeah, they move the ball so well, and Wales just becoming passive. You know what you can't give this Japan team is that gain line to go with their speed of ball. They just get cut to pieces.
Osada on the far touchline. If they come back then this way, it's just all forwards in midfield for Wales. They'll just punch up into Nicky Smith with the carry.
No, one, no.
That was Sato. Once again, it's forwards in midfield with Wales. Uluviti, good hands by him, and he offloads it away. Ishida in space, squares up Ben Thomas, almost wriggles out of a tackle. Wales are creaking now. 7-all. 14 players. Again, ball is juggled, but it goes backwards. Japan are so patient. Riley, little kick through, forcing Louis Rees-Zammit to turn, and he shepherds it over the far touchline, and it'll be a defensive lineup for Wales. And if you were worried just before half-time, when Wales have 15 players, they now have 14. They can't get the ball, they can't get possession, Japan. And the only crumb of comfort, James Hook, is that it's 7-all.
Yeah, exactly. Just watching Japan, it really is a joy to watch them move the ball, and just watch for any young player. They're not taking the ball in their chest. The ball is out at all times. They can pass, they can carry. Every single player has got a couple of options. What's the difference with some of the Welsh players? They tuck in it, you know they're carrying straight away.
Wales go to the tail, 5 metres from their own try line. They hit Aaron Wainwright. Big call to go that far back, and it worked for them.
Step onside.
Thomas Williams to clear.
Start onside.
He's looking for touch. He gets touch, and that's a good clearing kick.
Yeah, I think it's that toss-up of throw into that line out. Like I say, Dearns is such a threat. They've got 6'9" Harry Hawkins on the bench as well. It's just going to make it even tougher for Dowie Lake. But Wales have really got to become more aggressive in this ball carry now. At the moment, just not winning collisions.
Louis Rees-Zammit has come off his right wing to the left wing, so there's no right winger for Wales. I think Thomas Williams is filling that berth.
Advantage, never onside.
Offside, Cornelson.
Play advantage.
Kick back. And it's all the way to Ishida. Ishida against Louis Rees-Zammit. And Wales will come back as they're penalised, and Japan have a penalty in front of the sticks. Now here's a call for them.
Yeah, they've gone.
Dearns points for sticks, does he?
The ruck shifts.
They've missed 2 of the penalty shots, but this is the easiest penalty shot of the match so far for him. You'd expect them to take the 3.
Yeah.
Kick it goal.
Warner Dearns. Moving to the Hurricanes soon. Japanese and New Zealand heritage. The skipper, 23-year-old.
Yeah, just a really intelligent rugby player. I think, again, he's going to benefit massively having the likes of Victor Matfield in camp, in and around him as someone to work off. And you just see the way he manages and puts so much pressure on that on the opposition line-out.
Sung Sing Lee missed a couple. This is the easiest to put Japan ahead against Wales. He turns confidently, and referee's whistle underlines that confidence. Japan are ahead in the Principality Stadium. We played 47 minutes. 10-7.
You can't say Japan don't deserve it. The opening 7-8 minutes of that first half has been all Japan.
3 and 4.
Changes for Wales. Aaron Wainwright is off.
3 and 4.
Nicky Smith, Archie Griffin off. So Rhys Carey is replaced. Tane Plumtree.
Tell me when we're right, Woody.
And there's a change as well for Japan. Just need to figure out who those changes are.
Yeah, I think that's Harry Hawkins on over there. The young sort of Australian-born lock, 6'9". Someone Brad Thorne said would get 100 caps for the Wallabies, but he's ended up at Suntory in Japan. And looks to be hell of a talent.
Yeah, unusual journey for Hawkins. He was on full with VT.
The ball is stuck. Right, there it is. Use it.
He was he left Australia back during COVID because he refused to accept
Warner, get out, Thank you.
a reduced contract and effectively ended his Australian career.
Yeah.
And now he's a naturalised Japanese player.
Put the ball down.
Penalty to Wales, rare penalty to Wales. Technical call against Japan, 48. Dan Edwards. Little conflab between Adam Beard, Dewi Lake. And they got the corner here.
Yeah, we did it in the first half, didn't they? And turned down the 3 points and scored a try through Dan Edwards. So they got to back it again.
Luis Carre is on the field, as is Kieran Azarati and Tane Plumtree.
Thomas, in or out? In or out? Thank you.
Principality Stadium has been pretty muted for 49 minutes, apart from the Dan Edwards try. Wales, a rare appearance into the opposition 22. Maul has been sacked. Penalty coming to Wales. Now it's about efficiency, red zone efficiency. Thowell into the ground. Round the corner they come through Plumtree. Here's first carry. 50 minutes played here. Wales within 2 meters. Recycled ball, knocked on, back to Plumtree. Short. Wasn't knocked on perhaps, it was spilt. Thomas Williams.
Great ball.
To Lewis Rees-Zammit. Back playing rugby. Back playing try. Back scoring tries. May not have been a 60-yarder. May not even have been a yard. He caught it. He fell. But boy, does that try come with a huge slice of relief.
Yeah, it's good ball from Thomas Williams to pick out Zammit from that ruck. And again, Wales turning down the 3 points, backing themselves to go for the line out. A little bit of luck there with the ball that dropped back from Plumtree, but just watching a replay of Thomas Williams' pass. Well picked out. Zammit in the corner.
Okay.
Yeah, brave again from Wales, is he? Is he checking something here though, Matthew Carley?
Okay. It's all clear.
No.
Sorry, I was just holding. I was waiting for the TMO to say all clear.
Right,
it is all again. Right. I'll restart the clock. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So Matt Carley had stopped Dan Edwards in his action of going for the penalty conversion, and Edwards sensibly asked, "Can I have a bit more time?" Because there is a shot clock.
Yeah, it is sensible because it definitely puts pressure on kickers now for that 1 minute after you score.
Edwards to make it a 4-point lead. Not the cleanest of strikes, but it's swung back in between the posts. Wales 14, Japan 10.
We have to give Dan Edwards huge credit there. Clutch conversion to go with a fantastic kick from that penalty. Put Wales right on the 5-metre line. Great composure
Wales
from a young man.
Winning in Liechtenstein by a goal to nil. I think that's the final whistle. So they've won 1-0.
Retreat.
They need a win against North Macedonia on Tuesday night in the Cardiff City Stadium to secure second place in the group. Dan Edwards just pushes it over the touchline and gives possession back to Japan here.
Yeah, it wasn't a cleaner strike, but it worked out well. Can Wales pressure this line out now of Japan?
51. There are 2 clocks on my screen, both counting in opposite directions, because one says 52 minutes 7 seconds, the other one says 7 minutes 7 seconds, and the one goes down, which is time on the clock for the red card. Josh Adams will not return to the field of play, but another back will be allowed to come on. Wales have weathered the storm well here. They're up by 4. Somehow they're up by 4, James Hope.
Backwards off.
Ollie Cracknell wins the ball at the bottom of the competition. Dewi Lake first carry into Warner Durns.
Not now. Good choice.
Dan Edwards
that ball's not out, Thomas.
goes up towards the Principality roof. Into Japan's half. Well taken by Izaki, who's had a good game, to be fair to him.
Yeah, he's been safe under the high ball, hasn't he?
Japan now looking to play a little bit. Hawkins with a carry. Makisi.
Use it.
Saito. He's had enough, and he will go up with the up and under.
Play on.
And it's into the hands of Japan. And they're open side Shimokawa. Over the far touchline, penalty Japan.
Tackle clearly complete. Tackle's complete here. You've driven him all the way into touch. The tackle's complete here, and you've driven him into touch.
Against Ollie Cracknell. Mathakali. Explain that, gents, what happened?
Yeah, it seemed really harsh. I think he said that the tackle's complete, almost so that ball's dead, and it's the breakdown. But I think Ollie Cracknell's just added weight to that tackle and driven him over the touchline.
Clearly complete near the 5, and he's driven him all the way to touch. I will help you when I think it's necessary. Get to the line.
So what's happened is that Japan's player's got his knees to the ground, so he's not allowed to carry, dragging him on like a sled. Japan in Wales' 22. Makisi with a carry. For once it's slow ball recycled, but it's done illegally. Durns. Lee. Ishida against Lewis Rees-Zammit. Passes back inside the Zaki, but it's a good tackle from Max Llewellyn, and Japan get the penalty, but they kick it back quickly with the intention perhaps of taking it quickly, but do they go for goal?
You might get away with it if we don't have a jackler as well, but we can't have both.
Yeah, I think they're pointing for the sticks again. Again, you've seen it last week against Argentina, and you've seen it again when Wales have got points on the board and you feel they're going to gather some momentum. They just allow Japan back into the game. A couple of soft penalties.
It's Ben Thomas just taking that extra beat pause before moving. Japan, the easiest of penalties to bring them back within a point is Lee. No problem. Wales 14, Japan 13, 55. 3.5 minutes left on the 20-minute red card.
Yeah, as that clock ticks down, Wales probably won't mind that. Likely to see Nick Tompkins come in. Looks like Max Llewellyn's already sort of shifted out towards the wing on Welsh possession.
Lewis Rees-Zammit receiving some treatment on the far touchline. Look at him, he is pretty slow running there. Been burnt by Tane Plumtree. Again, I'm just keep an eye on Lewis Rees-Zammit. He's either gassed or just taking a breather. Competition in the air. Ball bounces on Thomas Williams into the hand of Blair Murray, and Japan will go from their own 22.
Knock-on advantage over.
Kicked off to Dan Edwards in his own half. Edwards just looking for space, find space, but it sets up nicely for Lee. And Lee will see a lot of greenery in front of him. Max Llewellyn will find Lewis Rees-Zammit. How's his fitness? His fitness means that he puts a chip over the top. Read beautifully by Saito. Saito sees Plumtree in front of him. Dummies Plumtree, kicks it ahead, comes off the foot to Blair Murray over the touchline. This game, 14-13.
And that's what we can't allow Japan to do, Delvey, is it? Just any loose ball, they're looking to pounce at it and they're trying to keep that ball alive, and that was a bit of a nothing option there from Zammit. The kick isn't really on, is it?
How many guys?
And you can see the Japanese attack just light up as soon as they see an opportunity.
Wait there, please. Okay.
This is attacking lineup of Japan, and all the indicators are they're going out wide here, Gareth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here they come.
Everyone's stacked up.
They'll just bring it up first to Lawrence. Centres have played well for Japan. A couple of dummy runners in midfield, and then the big carry, the big crash by Makisi. Quickly recycled. Dylan Riley. He's been very good, hasn't he? Steady influence for them, steady present. Hawkins with a carry into Azarati. Ball is quick and snappy again. Crossfield kick, charged down. Gathered by Ishida. Ishida just stumbling into a tackle. Thomas Williams is there. Wales on turnover, instead they get penalised. Boos around the Principality Stadium. Thomas Williams shakes his head, but whether he likes it or not, it did look to me as if he'd lost his footing. He's in perfect position, isn't he?
Yeah, he just goes hands to floor first.
Pass the ball.
Just needs to be a little bit more accurate. Just one thing is a bit of a concern, like you said, off that last line-out launch, guy. You can see what Japan are looking to do, and they're just thumping holes into this Welsh defence. Wales can't afford to be passive, allow Japan to sort of generate even quicker ball. You can see the Welsh forwards taking a breather whenever they can.
I understand your frustration. That's why I tried to call you away from the ball, okay?
It's not something we see much from Wales, though, is it? Just that hard punch, direct running.
No, we've seen it from Makisi and Japanese 8.
Okay, red card. 20-minute red, about to run out. Last chance for Japan against 14 players. They turn to the forwards and a little trick play. The front of the driving maul. They are 4 metres from the Wales try line. They trail by 1 point. Turns. Hunks' formidably large frame down to the floor to pick the ball up. Hawkins, similarly large man, with a drive. Japan are 3 metres now. Alex Mann wants a turnover, doesn't get it. Forwards, keeping it tight. Shimokawa. Makisi, dummies, goes, scores. Kieran Azarati stands, bemused, looking directly down to the floor, and he's a representative of the 65-odd thousand here in the Principality Stadium, unsure how to react. But this is a common theme. Wales are up against it, against Japan. Wales are in danger of losing another test match.
Yeah, it's innovative again, that front peel off Dearns, punching a couple of holes, couple of yards just down the front, and then it's just get to work. These Japanese forwards not standing on ceremony, just looking to punch holes off that pick and go. Wales just spectating.
Yeah, and it's that man, Makisi. He's had a big game for Japan, hasn't he? Just looks to make ground every single carry he has.
Lee with a conversion. Important kick for his nation, and that kick is good. So here we are then, into the final quarter, as Nick Tompkins runs onto the field as a replacement for the 20-minute red card. Josh Adams. Wales 14, Japan 20.
Yeah, and as we thought, Max Llewellyn going to the left wing. Tompkins will slip into 13.
Makisi. Do you know what I would say, gentlemen?
Use it!
Both tests out in Japan in the summer, the heat counted against Wales, and especially the first one, Wales could have completely imploded and Japan should have put a battling display on. Japan have been the better team by a country mile today. Is that fair to say?
100% from my point of view, yeah. And the only way Wales have looked like scoring is in this position we're in now. Another penalty, Dan Edwards going to the corner and creating something off set piece line out. So, you know, this is the only way I can see Wales scoring.
Japan.
They go to the corner. Get loud. The sign on the big screen tells the Principality Stadium, bring your hoil. Boy, does this rugby nation need some hoil. They could do with a win, even against the rugby relative minnows that are Japan. They trail by 6. They've gone to the set piece again, turning down penalties. They'll get a free shot. Lewis Rees-Zammit on the charge, 4 metres short. Thomas Williams Nick Tompkins, crew cut Nick Tompkins, Alex Mann peeling out of a tackle. Wales within 2 metres, against the grain. Nick Tompkins scores. To give credit to Wales, they have been more than efficient this afternoon. When they turn down those penalties, they convert them into tries, and Nick Tompkins may well have put his side back into the lead.
Yeah, the super sub there from Nick Tompkins. Great line, but again, it's the little general, Thomas Williams, just picking the right option, stretching that Japan defence back down the blind, and again, similar with that assist to Reece Zammit, just picked the perfect pass, bypassing the forwards and putting Tompkins in space.
What's in there? Just one. I'll just have some fun. Thank you, though.
Dan Edwards to put his team back into the lead. Lone figure looks to charge him down. He's unaffected and he's successful. Maybe gets too much attention, undeserved attention, but I keep looking over to the right wing, and a certain former NFL player is feeling it.
Yeah, he looks like he's blowing a little bit, isn't it? And it's that repeatability, isn't it? You know, being able to get up and do the same thing over and over. He's stretching his calves off.
He's going to have to grind it out now, though, because unless Kieran Hardy fancies a run on the wing, that option's gone, isn't it? He's going to have to grind out these next 15 minutes.
Penalty against Wales straight from the restart.
We spoke about it last try, didn't we?
Now then, big call for Japan. The angle is not ideal for a right footer, but Matt Carley, thanks to the instructions of Warner Dearns, points 2 fingers
obstruction
and 2 hands to the post.
If I get a replay, we'll all see it, but I trust his view. We went up before obstruction.
It's the second one, isn't it?
That's fine.
Yeah, it's a bit. I thought the first one was fairly harsh, but to get done for the same thing again, borderline daft.
Strong Woody.
So, 30 seconds on the clock.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
65 minutes played. Impatient Principality Stadium. Unimpressed by the referee. But they should be impressed by Japan. And Japan, who take the lead in Cardiff. Wales 21, Japan 23.
It's a well-struck penalty, isn't it? Under pressure. Just feel this game's going right down to the wire. This last quarter, this is massive for Wales. Can they control, play in the right areas, get the leaders to stand up? Thomas Williams, Dan Edwards, for Wales in the right places.
Use it!
This will be the challenge now. You know, this Japan team's been together a lot. You know, they've got that Eddie Jones sort of DNA in there. They'll be grafting hard for each other. It's Welsh team with very little sort of time together. What will they revert to? You know, they're going to grind out this last 15 minutes. They've got to stay in the fight.
Well, this is a generation of players who are conditioned
on our feet
to lose.
Okay.
For their clubs, for their country.
It's not dangerous, but just make sure we're up.
Aaron Wainwright, who's no longer on the field.
Wales, thank you.
In 2 years of rugby, has won 4 games total. For country and for club.
Yeah, it's an incredible stat, that is.
And it's not as if he's only played 10 games a season.
No.
He's played over 40 matches.
That's going to be the real challenge now. This team needs to dig deep.
The stats are against Wales. The referee's arm is against Wales. A free kick.
Hit and hold, please, Wales. Hit and hold.
I think I've seen this movie before, gentlemen. It's not a rom-com, is it?
No, but that is the challenge for Wales. You know, the teams you've seen beat Japan this year have been the ones that beaten them up physically. Fiji getting over the top of them, you know, before getting dragged back in. South Africa. Wales need to find that discipline, violence.
Backwards off Wales.
Ollie Cracknell gets possession, so Wales are down by 2. 12 and a half minutes left of this match. They did it in Kobe. They dragged themselves out of the fire. Dan Edwards was the hero that evening. It's such a sizable crowd here at the Principality Stadium for a game against Japan. It's a knowledgeable crowd, though. That's the difference, because they knew they'd be in for an entertaining game. That's going right to the wire. 68 minutes, Japan looking to burn again. Riley, who's close to being player of the match, breaks one tackle, breaks a second. Saito, the scrum half, beautiful play by him to Shumikawa. This is lovely work by Japan. They're keeping it alive, forwards and backs combining. Good tackle, good work. Get him Yazaki, but Japan recycle possession again. Turns over the 22, looks for the offload, finds Yoshida. Yoshida engulfed by Reese Kare, and then Derns smashes Kare to the ground. Lee, unstructured play now for Japan.
Let him go.
Try now could really kill it for Wales.
Adam, no.
11 minutes on the clock. We're back where we've been throughout so much of this game, which is Japan in possession. They lead by 2. Riley sees he's got Adam Beard in front of him, draws a man back inside to Osada. Osada's within a metre. Ishida joins the ruck. Lee, pick and go. Wales are offside, penalty.
Let go.
Could this be the killer blow? Japan are now patient. Crossfield kick, Lawrence, and it's a poor kick, and Lewis Rizame will gather, but it's a penalty for Japan.
18 offside,
and it's an interesting call now. Again, it's a tough penalty. It will put them 2 scores ahead with 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm just watching the work with Japan as well. When Wales are kicking, how quick they're back in position and allowing them to get into the attacking shape they want to get into. They work with so much better than Wales at the moment. I don't know what you think, Delby, but for me, it's evident to see.
Penalties here.
I totally agree there. Okay, you know, you look at Saito then. Fantastic carry from him. Who's shifting that ball? It's him. He's like a rubber band back to his feet. That ball's gone. You know, fair play to Thomas Williams. He seems to be almost a lone sort of defender at times, shutting things down. But this Japan team is just stretching Wales all over the park.
Time on. Offside.
Tyler Paul is on the field.
You can't charge.
As Japan go to the corner.
Just off the line, please, Wales.
Big moment for Wales.
Huge moment in this match. Huge moment in the destiny of Welsh rugby.
Knock on.
They've knocked it on. Wales get unexpected possession, and now man is dragged off, and Wales will get a scrum. They are 96 metres from where they want to be, but you have to start somewhere. So the clock now tells them 9.5 minutes.
We're 9.5 minutes. We don't need to panic now. Just 2 points behind. They know they're behind, but to try and work their way upfield and get themselves in a good position.
He went.
Don't need to force things.
He went on the set. No, you've got to dial that down and be patient.
Eddie Jones knows that was the opportunity. Gareth Delve, are you in this position right now where you're going, we win this game by getting 3 successive penalties?
I think it is that point. Yeah, you know, you win this game whatever it takes. You know, that's what this Welsh team, that's what Dowie like, every break in the play.
Just march your way up the field.
Whatever we got to do, we're grafting through this. They get ball, we're getting off the line, we're smashing. And just not seeing enough of that at the moment in the carry. Wales looking tired. They've got to grit this out. This is what the next 2 years are going to be built around.
Wales scrum, it's a strong scrum. Surely the referee's arm will indicate penalty. It does. Thomas Williams wants a sniff, finds Dan Edwards. Max Llewellyn out of his own 22. Kept alive, knocked on by Tame Plumtree, and that is such a generous advantage for Wales. They made 39 metres and the ref has gone back.
They were right on the borderline, that advantage then. Side of relief from Max Llewellyn.
Thank you, it helps everyone if you play in them situations. Give everyone a chance.
Well, that's the call from the referee. He's basically telling the players, try and play, at least keep the game open. Gareth Delve, you're an experienced captain, but you've been happy with that decision from the referee?
Well, so the Japan team obviously has plenty of advantage play there, but you know, you've got to be sure Dowie would be delighted to have another crack at it.
All right. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's just
So
be
we spoke
patient.
about the march-up field.
Right, thank you. Stay there, Japan.
Wales had 9 minutes to do it. Now they have 8.
That's fine. You stay there, Japan.
Supporters with heads in their hands. Well, we thought it would be a close one. Adam Beard wins the line out. They go to the driving maul. It's smart here from Wales.
Scrum, maul, the nuts and bolts.
Still moving.
And the driving maul
There it
has
is.
got another penalty.
Great play.
Wales will look to play through Ollie Cracknell. Breaks the tackle. Thomas Williams snipes. Has support. And it's Dan Edwards with the angle. Wales coming alive. To the short side they go. Another advantage. They'll have a penalty from the posts. And now Thomas Williams just slows things down. St Plumtree. Did I hear advantage being called there?
I heard something definitely.
I think it was advantage over at that point.
Okay, fine. Good call. Thanks, Scott. So, 7 minutes. Loose pass. Kicked away. Ishida with a chase. Lewis Rhys-Summit against Ishida. Lewis Rhys-Summit gets back. Ball pings around the floor and Blair Murray dives in it and he's dragged off the floor by Tyler Paul.
No quick throw.
And somehow Wales are back in their own 22.
Quick throw.
How did that happen?
It's end-to-end stuff, and with a penalty advantage, another great line from Cracknell. I think he's worked really hard this afternoon. Good line again from Dan Edwards. But a Japanese work rate in attack and defence.
If it's a clear
It's got to be commended. They've been outstanding this afternoon, regardless of this result.
Kieran, can we just shift across?
Yeah, the numbers they get back around, it's just sloppy at the breakdown. And just the point needs to exert a bit of control. Haven't done all that hard work.
I'll tell you one thing, I wouldn't mind seeing what Warner Durns' fitness plan is, because he's still going. Japan, now they know they're 6 minutes from a win.
Shoulders.
Wales, 6 minutes from another defeat. Down the shorts as Saito goes to Warner Durns, gets it away to Cornelson. He gets it to Ishida. Ishida to Paul. Japan so comfortable, ball in hand. If anything, they're more comfortable in this style of play than they are just killing the game off. Another good carry by Lawrence. Here's Paul into David Jenkins, but he gets over the gain line.
17!
Wales creaking. Wales looking vulnerable, like they so often are
Not just with him
at the minute. Warner Durns.
Only player on his feet.
Stolen by Alex Mann. He punts it down the field. Who's got the legs? It's Thomas Williams giving chase. Yazaki is back. Yazaki in 2 minds. Now Japan are caught playing with fire. Alex Mann almost got the steal. He didn't.
It's a great chase from Thomas Williams, just to put that pressure and doubt into Japan.
Japan are going to offer chances, aren't they?
No, they cleared the man. No up, thank you.
If there wasn't so much at stake, Welsh rugby fans will be looking forward to this next 5 minutes.
5 minutes left. It just feels like there's so much more left, doesn't it?
Do not switch off your radios, because this game has plenty to offer again. Ollie Cracknell crashes into midfield on the halfway line. Japan want a penalty, they get a penalty.
Put it down, Thomas.
And Dewi Lake rises gingerly to his feet.
And then lifting.
In disbelief, and
ended up
sticks
off
his hand
feet because Wales put
on his
there.
hips. His shirt, collar in
Number
his
10,
mouth.
Japan, head injury assessment.
And bites it in
10.
frustration.
Head injury.
And they've just lost their 10 with an HIA. So Lee is off.
Replacement or not yet?
I'd imagine this would be a little bit outside his range anyway.
Yeah, you know, for Japan, I don't know why you think they'll be, but I think they go for the corner here, you know. Because if they kick the penalty, then it allows Wales to get back upfield and get some possession to try and get a try to win the game. So I think from a Japanese point of view, they go for the corner. Just under 4 minutes left.
Yeah, I agree there, Hookie. You know, they're more than good enough to hold on to this ball.
Time's off still. Happy on the side, Adam.
You're forcing Wales to go 95 metres for that game-winning moment.
Thank you. Behind the mark.
Wales 21, Japan 23. Kimura's on, and he's not putting the best of kicks. It's a poor kick.
Wales.
So Japan have
Wales. Look at
25 metres to go to score what would be a winning try. Shida
6
is hobbling on one leg.
Thank you.
Need to get up and compete, do Wales.
9 out.
Saito's given Komura some instructions. Wales compete, but Japan are good. And they shift it away to Saito, who wriggles out of a tackle and then goes into Plumtree, and Plumtree gets him over the touchline.
Yeah, that's good work, Thomas Williams and Tame Plumtree. Needed to put that pressure on.
Thomas Williams is some player, isn't he?
Doesn't stop, does he?
I've been impressed with Plumtree since he's come on. He's contesting everything, isn't he? He's got that, bit of fight about him, bit of edge.
2 and 4
Belcher and Freddie Thomas are on.
Okay, time's off. 14 replacement.
3 minutes.
14 replacement. Not clear for us live.
Ishida has been replaced by Ueda.
14 Japan replacement.
Clock is against Wales now.
Okay, all right, hang on. I'm not too happy with playing with him there. You've been replaced. There's a replacement.
Ishida was getting treatment on the touchline.
Trying to get back on the pitch.
Okay, hang on. Time's still off. What's the matter? Okay, what number? You 4 or 5? Oh, my bad. I thought you was the replacement. Okay, right.
Go on. Armin Beard.
Time on.
Wants to get on with it. Mark Carley not so confident. Wales go to Alex Mann. 3 minutes left. They're down by 2 against Japan. A result that would consign Wales to third place seeding come the World Cup draw. Ben Thomas first receiver, Dan Thomas, Dan Edwards, Blair Murray, Lewis Rees-Zammit, the man we were waiting for so long.
Good contest.
He has work to do to get back to where he was. Much can be said about his national team. Thomas Williams, possession in his own half. Liam Belcher onto the field with a carry.
Good choice, 5.
Ben Thomas, Dan Edwards, Max Llewellyn, Alex Mann standing as a winger. Wales still in their own half. Recycle ball, Dan Edwards, Plumtree, great pass to Belcher. Here they go again. Williams, Dan Edwards delays the pass, intercepted though. That could be it. Japan have intercepted it. Now they want to put the killer blow in. Little nudge through. Across comes Nick Tompkins and the ball beats everybody, including Ueda. And Wales will have one last shot. 2 minutes and 80 metres to try and drag this one out of the fire.
We spoke a lot about the Japanese attack this afternoon, but you've got to credit the defence as well. They're up in the eye line of Dan Edwards, of Ben Thomas. They've had a couple of intercepts. Just not allowing Wales to get an attacking game going at all. The only time Wales look threatening is in the 22. They've got their 3 tries.
Well, Dan Edwards is off. Jared Evans is on. There's a pass for you. Come on, Jared, win this game for us.
Yeah, 90 seconds.
Time check.
Okay. He's a creator, Jared Evans. He can get a back line moving. Wales take it quickly. Here's Jared Evans' first touch. 5 metres from his own try line. Tame Plumtree with a carry. If Wales go all the way here, be some try. Evans, nice touch to Lewis Rees-Zammit. A little hushed anticipation when he gets the ball. Evans again. Ben Thomas running down a narrow corridor, keeps the ball alive. Azarati, Evans, Blair Murray wriggling out of a tackle, been stopped. Japan comfortable not to overcompete. Jared Evans takes it to the line, gets it out to Lewis Rees-Zammit. He bounces off a couple of tackles. Clock is now into the final minute. Wales need 2 points to win, to get a draw, and they've crafted an overlap.
Just really need a penalty.
With the carry. Thomas Williams, Nick Tompkins up to the 10-yard line. Blair Murray, Ben Thomas, Alex Mann up to halfway. Mann over halfway. Oh, he's smashed in his head. That is the cheapest a shot, and Alex Mann has come straight after Hawkins. He's disgusted, but he's pushed another player to the floor. There's a lot of the TMO to get on with here. That shot looked awful, but we'll be playing on for the time being.
I think the referee's waiting for something from the TMO to give him a shout for a penalty.
Back we come. Principality Stadium's incensed. There's work to be done by the TMO here.
Yeah, Harry Hawkins in trouble here. That looks yellow minimum.
Right, stop. Control yourself. Let us do our process.
This is Alex Mann, who's incensed by that shot on him. Good work by the referee there.
Time is off. You're the captain now?
Thomas Williams, the skipper.
We got the TMO check.
The TMO's looking. So the clock says it's 79:56.
We've got time.
Matthew Carley speaks to Andrew Jackson. So Alex Mann's on the charge over half time. Oh, that's a disgusting shot. Oh, it's a shoulder to the jaw of Alex Mann, who is slipping. He gets whiplash.
There's no wrap. That's looking red again. It's
where is the contact?
There's an element again of him not looking through the tackle. He's just dropped his head. He's just punched his shoulder into the tackle. There's no control. That's a red card for me.
It's made to look worse the way Alex Mann's head is shunted back, but there's no control. There's no wrap. I won't be surprised with a straight red.
Legal or illegal attempt to tackle?
It's an illegal attempt to tackle.
He's looking the other way as well.
So anyway, Alex Mann's run tackle. He steps in. He does drop his angle a little bit.
Always illegal for us.
No, that's just a ref.
The contact starts on the chest and then rides up, so it's indirect. So I will give a yellow card and send it for an off-field review. Okay. Happy with that, Jacko?
Yeah, agree with all of that.
Right. We have a decision. We don't believe that is an illegal attempt to tackle, and we do not believe that you're making a genuine attempt to wrap. The contact is first on the chest and rides up to the head. For that reason, it will be a yellow card and go for an off-field review and not a permanent red card.
Okay. Hawkins is off the field. Clock says 4 seconds left. Where's the mark of the penalty? Is it within range? James Hook, you're the expert here.
It's a big kick for Jared Evans. Do you know what? I've seen Jared knock one over for Cardiff in pretty much this position from exactly the same side of the field. Does he back himself, or do Wales go to the corner to try and score a try where they've scored their previous 3 in this game? It looks like they have.
Jared Evans does knock over 3. He goes to the corner. Didn't have much of an angle to play with. And Wales have 22 metres. This is the loudest the stadium has been all day. The reality of Welsh rugby is that these supporters are pleading for charity, for an opportunity to beat Japan, because they trailed Japan. Welsh rugby has been in the doldrums for so long now, and they have a driving maul and an opportunity perhaps to sack a penalty.
Got to use it.
All eyes on the referee. It's still going. The noise is deafening. The rolling maul has 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. Now it's within 5 metres. It's still going. It's been sacked by Japan, surely illegally. Pick and go by Wales. Clock says red. Advantage being played. This is the game. Wales to beat Japan, and the referee goes to a penalty.
Oh, here we go. You feel they got to go for the corner again against an easier penalty to win the game, isn't it?
No arms. No. Listen. Adam.
Did you take the points here, Hookie?
Well, you know,
World Cup on the line.
We can barely hear ourselves here, and there's a big decision now.
Huge call, because the ball is going so well, but first of all they've got to win the line out there, haven't they?
And that's the danger.
There's a risk.
Totally agree. I think Dearns goes up, they challenge this, going for points.
Right decision, I think.
Stay behind the line.
Here we go then.
Jared Evans. We joked about him coming on to win the game with 90 seconds. Here's his chance.
Steve Tandy can barely look. Jared Evans. He's had one of those careers. Should have won more caps, perhaps. Undoubted talent. One of the great playmakers.
They've got to be behind the line.
And he's only been on the field for a matter of minutes.
Kick chase crucial here.
This is the match. Jared Evans to win it for Wales. to guarantee second seeding in the World Cup draw, but to guarantee much more than that, a victory. Evans,
got it!
The roar tells you, straight between the posts, Jared Evans has won it for Wales. Relief for Steve Tandy, delirium for those supporters, nervy, messy, but priceless. Wales have somehow pinched the Japanese pockets. Japan deserved so much more. But what will this mean for the future of Welsh rugby? Yes, it's only Japan. Yes, it's only a win. But a win means so much, considering the darkness of recent years that has surrounded Welsh rugby. Jared Evans mobbed by his teammates, and Wales got out of jail.
Thank you,
James Hook.
How do you sum that up? You know, Wales were 90 seconds from defeat on their own line. They worked their way up the field, penalty after penalty, and you just feel Hawkins for Japan has cost them that game with a silly tackle. Has allowed Wales to go for the corner for the penalty, and then Jared Evans. What nerve to slot that. That was a really difficult kick under a huge amount of pressure. Credit to Jared Evans. Fantastic finish. You haven't seen the crowd on their feet probably since that Dan Edwards try like they were after that kick, but fair play, Jared Evans.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And no one in years to come, Gareth, will remember the 81 minute 20 seconds that passed before that moment. People remember the kick and nothing else about this game.
Yeah, I think, you know, you've got to give credit. Yeah, Jared Evans coming on, clutch moment. Liam Belcher, that line now had plenty of pressure on it, instigated a fantastic drive from this Welsh pack, and credit to the boys, they found a way all the way down on their own 5 metre line with little time on the clock, and well done to the boys, found a way.
It was an entertaining game for the neutral. It was a nerve-wracking match if you're Welsh. Wales got an early try to Dan Edwards, then it was all Japan, Ishida and the exceptional Makisi. Tompkins got the team back into the match. A Lee late penalty for Japan might well have stolen it for them. And then the crowning moment, Jared Evans penalty, a Wales victory by 1 point. Wales 24, Japan 23.
Wow, love that. Thank you very much, Gareth. The relief in this stadium, the celebrations that we haven't seen since August 2023 when Wales beat England en route to the World Cup. And you can almost feel the whole land, people in rugby clubs and pubs right across the country reverberating with relief at that Jared Evans kick. For Sam Davis in 2016, read Jared Evans in 2025. People who've rescued Wales when they needed it right at the last minute against Japan. We're seeing him at the moment, big smile on his face. He's going to enjoy his Saturday night, isn't he? Look at that. And so will Steve Tandy after a first win as Wales head coach. Right up to that moment, it was looking like another depressed, despondent Principality Stadium staring at an 11th consecutive home defeat and a third seed ranking for that World Cup draw, but they're now guaranteed top 12 for that draw on December the 3rd. And we have seen lots of shots of Steve Tandy as well, celebrating in the coach's box. We'll hear from him. We're on air until 8 o'clock. Hopefully we will hear from Jared Evans. Dan Edwards is giving his thoughts at the moment to the pitchside interview teams as Japan file through the Wales Guard of Honour. The sun's coming up in the land of the rising sun right now. It's about 6:30 in the morning in Tokyo, and they would have been waking up to a first ever Japanese win in Cardiff, but for that moment. And how good is it, James and Gareth, to finally see these scenes? You know, lots of kids here today, cheaper tickets, families in town, coming here and actually seeing Wales win a rugby match.
Yeah, I think we said before the game, we just needed a win, and didn't really care how it came, and it was emphatic in the end. And we said just now, Jared Evans to step up and nail that kick. And I'm just looking back to the build-up of that sort of 2 minutes towards the end of the game. We saw Thomas Williams get through a line out and spoil the ball. We saw Plumtree spoil the ball to enable us to turn the ball over and allow us to get upfield. Those little moments have enabled Wales to get that all-important win. Obviously, Jared Evans will get all the credit, deservedly so, but there's a lot of different moments in that build-up 2 minutes prior to that kick. But credit to Wales to dig themselves out of a really difficult situation in the last 2 minutes. And you just saw the reaction of the crowd. And look at the players in the replay after Jared kicked that kick. That's what it means to this group of boys and this nation. And let's see more of it, isn't it?
Let's go and beat the All Blacks, next week. Yeah. Well, at least Wales are guaranteed one win in 2025. We won't expect too much against New Zealand or South Africa, but you never know. The All Blacks have lost today at Twickenham against England, so see whether Wales can actually get a historical victory next weekend after, I don't know what it is now, Gareth Rees. So was it 70 odd years without a victory over the All Blacks?
73, I think. Oh, goodness gracious me, having been in the company of James and yourself in particular so often over the past 2 years, Ian, it just, you could sense the relief for you, James, for the supporters around me, for the coaches, and even for those players. If you would have looked at this 4 years ago, at those scenes of the final whistle, you'd be like, what are you guys doing? You've just beaten Japan. Come on, get over yourselves. Your performance has been pretty poor. Japan were the better team. But this is a generation of players who do not win rugby games. And I'm not saying this is going to change anything, but it does give a huge boost to a nation and a bunch of pretty traumatised, and I use that in the context of sport, not real life, but a pretty traumatised group of individuals who are the Welsh international players.
And I agree with that, Gary. It was all about the win today. It was about finding a way, that game on the line. So many times these lads, club colours, international jerseys, haven't managed to get over the line. When you do that, it's a great habit. The relief, the feeling of joy the boys felt at the end, make it happen again. The big difference with this today is 2 years now, looking forward to a World Cup. Not looking at a group of death, not looking at that with trepidation, making genuine plans now. How far can they go? World Cup 2027, pushing through and pushing forwards.